What's up, everybody? It has been a while, but the goal of this live stream, understand this, the one purpose of this live stream today is to help you make money, okay? I want to try and answer as many questions as possible so I can use the charts, which is the same thing I've been doing in my videos lately, using the charts to show you exactly the entry points, the exit points, and what I used to do for the institutions. All right, so I promised you guys no BS today, and that we were going to get right into questions, so I appreciate everybody joining. If we can pull up questions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a chart so I can show you guys. Please get to the first question if we can. Hey, BEKE, $22.50 calls for November. Were you too early? So let's go to this chart. Let me add it on. Boom. How's that? Oh, let's make it bigger so you guys can actually see today. There we go. And let's bring up BEKE. So without even looking at the chart, I'm going to tell you first that what we're probably seeing is consolidation. All right? Because if you look at the 1 month, and that's what I do first, I tell you guys, look at the 1 month chart. So everybody do that with me. Obviously, you don't have to look at yours. You can look at mine. So all the way back here to $15, $16, $17, it's hovering, it's hovering. You got inflow. So these large green bars are telling you inflow and demand. The larger the bar, the bigger the volume, okay? So let's just take it recently, okay? Here you go. You got 5, 6, 7 straight days of inflow. It topped out at 22. What do we see? Because nothing goes straight up. We see consolidation. So that's what you saw today. Today was a consolidation point. Now, it could happen where it consolidates for like 2 straight days or something to that extent. So, yes, you might have been early. But if you're looking at November calls, I wouldn't worry about it. Because here, let's just pretend this whole step here never happened. Okay, wipe out this full day. So then we got this day here, and you continue on to today, and you're at a higher point. So you're higher than 2 days ago. So what happened today was just consolidation, was just profit taking. So if we look at the 3 month chart, let's tell you where it could go. It could probably go somewhere between this range and this range, or maybe this range. So we're about 23, 47, all the way to about 26. So if it goes 23 to 26, and probably towards the higher end. So I put my price target around $25 by November. So I wish I could ask you how much you actually paid for this. Oh, did you guys? You can see that, right? Yeah, I just left that on there. Okay, so that's the answer to your question. I think you're fine. Yes, you're probably a day early, and there might be more consolidation. But here's the thing, and here's what I teach you. As long as you guys have a game plan and you know what you're doing, you're like, oh, it's just consolidation. Even if it goes down tomorrow, I'm going to be buying, and I'll buy out the November calls. Now, I did that with a stock today. We'll get to it real quick. I made an alert that I bought out till November for these calls. And I'll explain it because I also did a video today. But let's go to the 3 month chart. All right, here you go. You got pickup, and you see this big outflow day here, consolidation, outflow day. And again, this is MMAT. Then I've got some inflow here, pushing it all the way up to $6.15. And if we go back, we see that it'll probably retrace all the way to about $6.18 to all the way to maybe $7. So that's my play for November. I got into MMAT. I think I paid $1.38 per contract, meaning anything over $5.38 for me will be profitable. So if we get to $7.38, guess what? I'm going to return over 100%, probably close to 200%. All right, let's get another question out of our stock. All right, thoughts on BBIG, new price target. So BBIG, real quick, I made a YouTube short video. It was like 6 or 7 days ago. I did it in the morning pre-market. I said, the squeeze is not over. Please find that short video. What I said, if memory serves me right, BBIG was at $5.08. And I said, BBIG can run all the way up to like $8. And I think I even said like 28 cents, which is crazy because that's where it ran today, $8.28. And I said, it might have some resistance there. But if it holds that point, it will break $10. So even the little videos, and that was like a 20-second video, even the little ones. So talk about the analysts real quick. Who cares what analysts say? They're all manipulating. They're all work for the institutions. If he gave a price target on BBIG, guess what? He already bought the call options. But let's look at the chart. Doesn't mean you can't profit on it. I love when analysts upgrade my stocks because my stocks go higher. Retail traders buy them. So, okay, so I was a little off. I said 828. It was actually 836. So let's take a look at the volume. I mean, you're going to see 3 straight days of inflow, and we spoke about this stock on my platform 2 days ago. So, yeah, here it is. 1, 2, volume, volume, volume. Anything over 74 million is good. Now, there was a big sell-off. It was selling off for like, what, a couple of weeks straight. Boom. Here we go. It peaked out at 1082. Yeah, I mean, if you ask me, it's going to regain this point right here. So $8.32, because after the sell-off, that was the first support. So it does not surprise me that it's at $8.32 today, because that's where it was the last time it had support. So if you bought over here, you were still a little early. It rode down, rode down, rode down. You should be doubling up your position. Anytime you think you found a base or a bottom line, you increase your position. So BBIG, yes, if it breaks $10, I'm selling. That's when I get out. It breaks $10 the next time it spikes or something like that, I'm out of there. All right, next question, please. And the same is true for anything. Now, we can talk about my positions this morning. I sold at market open because futures were bright. When stuff declined, I bought it again. It went up. I sold. Hey, Matt, I've got some SOFI puts next Friday, 18th. Okay, so here's the thing. SOFI, I thought, might struggle. Plug is definitely going to struggle. The short interest on Plug went up 5-fold, meaning the people that were short as of like Wednesday morning and the people that are short on Plug right now are 5 times. And that was as of yesterday. So it might have even increased. So I know there is some downward pressure on Plug. Maybe they took profit today. But let's look at yours. Yours was SOFI. You got some short contracts. So let's bring up SOFI here and see what it looks like. And we know there's going to be demand because it's going off the charts. Went up another 3% today. I mean, you might be in trouble. I'm not going to lie about that. Anytime I'm seeing some large buys, besides for the time that it got pushed down here today, let's look at the 1 month. You got outflow, and it still found the floor. You got outflow again, and it went up today. So, yeah, I mean, I'd watch carefully, but I wouldn't want to be short this stock right now. There's 2 straight days of outflow. So in order for you to be profitable on these puts, you need the market to take a crap on itself. You need the market to drop the same way it went up 400 points and 500 points and 200 points today, whatever it went up. You need the reverse opposite to happen. If the opposite happens tomorrow, let's talk about what your points are. If the opposite happens tomorrow, SOFI could drop to $17.50. So if the market throws up on itself tomorrow, SOFI will drop to $17.50. If not, I would not want to be in that position. SOFI looks strong. Even with 2 outflow days, this stock is going up. Imagine if there's an inflow day tomorrow and you're stuck in those put contracts. It would be not a happy moment, okay? And we've all been there. I spoke about taking a loss on stuff, and I'm probably going to have someone ask me a question about that, so I'll explain that when it comes up. Let's go to another question, please. All right, thoughts on closing gaps in SOFI and Affirm. So I spoke about SOFI. I mean, I could zone out on SOFI. Let's look at the 3-month chart. Maybe I was wrong. So gapped up, did that crater thing here. So we continue from here. So this is kind of it. If it gaps down, again, it's not, if it gaps down, it's only going to gap down to 1750 or 1770. If tomorrow is a horrible day in the market, if tomorrow is a decent day, plus 100, minus 100, whatever, SOFI is not going anywhere. I wouldn't want to be short the stock. If anything, I would be on the long side, and I don't like to chase. So with outflow and it going up, I definitely wouldn't be chasing. Let's look at Affirm because we know how strong this is. Now, I heard Jim Cramer likes the stock, and then we all know that I go opposite Jim Cramer because he's a tool. AFRM. Now Jim Cramer works for the hedge funds, even though he doesn't want to admit it. Now, this stock has been pushed all the way from like $64, right? They announced a deal with Apple. They went up to $100. Then they went to $128, which this day. Then they pull back. Every time they pull back, they go higher. You're looking at the volume here is off the charts. Understand, on big days, they used to do 10 million back in the day, right? Now big days, they do 52 million. There's 5 times more interest and demand in the stock, which is hard to short against. See, Jim Cramer's not an idiot. I mean, he's a donkey. He's not stupid. You understand the difference? He's a donkey because he touts whatever he touts. He's not stupid because anybody can read a chart and say, wow, man, there is demand. And even when there's outflow, it tends to go up. I mean, there was outflow today. Volume was lighter, and it still went up 1.6%. So that, again, just like the last stock, SOFI, if tomorrow's a decent, strong day, let's say it's even half as strong as today, this stock will go up another 2 or 3 points. I mean, I go opposite Jim Cramer. I would stay away from this stock. It's a little too volatile for me right now because it's gone up so much. You guys were seeing that chart, right? Boris, they were seeing that chart? Boris. Dude, I'm sorry. You guys weren't seeing this chart. I was talking. You weren't seeing this chart. So let's bring back on this chart. I'll just repeat myself real quick. As I was saying, the stock was $64. They pushed it higher. But let's just get to today. Is there a possibility that a firm goes down? We know Jim Cramer likes it. So, yes, it's a possibility because he's an idiot. But if you look at this volume at the bottom, volume, 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 inflow, 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 and 4 out of the 5 largest volume days, 6 out of the 7 are inflow days. So I would stand clear of this stock unless you're bullish on this stock. Okay, let's go to the next stock. Hopefully you guys saw the SOFI one. If not, you'll go back. But let's get the next question on there. I'm just going to leave my chart on there so I don't get away. How do you see the move on Netflix? I'm still bearish at this point. No, stop doing that. I don't know if you did that, Boris, but if you did, please don't do that. Just leave my chart up and the question. Thank you so much. So let me pull up Netflix real quick. And what I saw in Netflix, and I'll pull it up because I've been bullish on Netflix for 2 days, and I exited out today with profit when it hit my target for the day. So Netflix, we're going to the 1 month. Now understand, the reason I'm bullish on Netflix, reason number one, it's the industry leader in streaming. And yes, Disney says they'll overtake Netflix or something like that, or some analysts think that. I don't buy it. Netflix is number one. Tells me big money, big institutions. That's where they'll be putting the money. Netflix, Amazon, Facebook. I spoke about Facebook after it dropped off the whistleblower thing, right? What's happened to Facebook? Straight up since. All right, so here's what we got with Netflix. Again, we're looking at the bottom. So I'm going to come on the screen here at 9:28. Let's just make sure it's on the screen. I'm not just talking to myself again. All right, so perfect. 9:28, inflow. 9:30, inflow. October here, right? Inflow, right? Did they do earnings or they did something? The earnings are coming up next week. I would not hold through earnings. Netflix always disappoints through earnings. It's better to be safe than sorry. But I believe you have till Tuesday. So Netflix is consolidating for 5 straight outflow days. You see 5 straight outflow days, and yet the stock is looking to pop. So volume was light today. I thought it would be at 636. It did go to 636 twice during today. So if you were following me, you got out with profit. But if you look at the 5-day chart, it could easily go both ways. It could go down to like a 620 range, or it could go up to a 640 range. I'm no longer in Netflix. Again, they have earnings coming out on Tuesday, so I would stand clear of Netflix right now. I don't like to play any stocks or options through earnings. It is a dangerous time. So Netflix, I'd stand clear on that one. Let's get another one out there, please. Okay, perfect. Because I wanted to talk about play. You can remove the question because I'm going to talk for a second. All right, so play. Here it is. I got in, and I'll show you guys the charts in a minute. I thought play was going to turn around. We'd get a quick pop, just like the cruise ships or the casinos. Now, the casinos are doing well. Cruise ships, not so well. Airlines hovering, not so well. So, unfortunately, play and a couple of those Dow stocks are struggling. So, we got in. I got out, and I got back in, saving myself 28%, meaning I sold my options for like 71 cents, and I bought back the same options for 52 cents. So I saved 27%. So if you save and you think something's going down that you own, you sell it. You're like, I'll take $1 per contract. And then as soon as you sell it, you say to yourself, I will take 30% off. Let me put in a bid for the same 18 contracts I owned or whatever it was at 70 cents. Once it executes, you realize you just saved the 30 cents times 18 contracts, $540, okay? Now, me with play, I mentioned I was not averaging down. I mentioned this for a couple of days. Don't average down a play. I'm not sure we've seen the bottom. Let's think back to the cruise ships. Cruise ships to Delta Airlines during the summer, where I said don't average down. And it took me 3 weeks to average down on that. So I didn't touch play because I didn't see if play was going to reverse. Now, it easily could. So let's bring up the chart and let me show you what I'm seeing. And let's remember, sometimes I'm early. So if you're getting hurt in play, and somebody mentioned they averaged down 4 times and they did it the correct way, following the rules. Well, as I've told you guys, you don't average down on every play. On every trade, if you're losing, you don't average down. There are some trades where you say to yourself, should I just step away and accept the loss? Other trades, like this one for me, I said, I'm just going to watch today. I'm definitely not going to stare sell. So here's the 1-day chart. Boom, you see it peaked up here. I sold this morning. It was approaching $39. I could have sworn it was a little higher than this. I sold out. It declined. I stayed away from it. I watched it. I was hoping it was going to go up even higher. But remember, nothing goes straight up. So when you hit the max of the day again, if you were in the options, you're like, all right, I'm going to sell them at 28 cents. And then my idea is I'm going to buy them back at 18 cents. I'm going to save 33%. So if you're in for $3,000, you just saved $1,000. If you sell up here and then, oh, shoot, here it is, $38. It went up to $38. Now I have to buy new contracts. Instead of the $40 that I was in, the $40 calls that expire tomorrow, why don't I buy the $38 calls? That way, if I get a bounce, I get instant gratification. Oh, and then you get a bounce here. So what I'm saying is people that are stuck in a position, you don't just sit in a position. You have to constantly think. Now, I'm not asking you to day trade, be in front of the computer. What I'm saying is, say I bought a contract for $1. Say it goes down to 60 cents, and I'm like, oh, poop, I'm down 40 cents on it. And I say to myself, oh, my God, it looks like it's going to drop another 40 cents. Let me sell at 60 cents. I'm down 40 cents. I sell at 60. Then it drops to 20 cents. I buy the same number of contracts back, right? So I'm only down 40 cents still. Now it bounces back up to 60 cents. Not my original $1, but back up to 60 cents. And then I'm out. I broke even. You get it? If you save 40 cents here and then you buy in cheap and it rebounds. So you always have to be thinking whether it's play or something else. Now, play has probably been the only trade in the past week and a half that I've been incorrect about. And I apologize. I'm not perfect, but I'm damn near perfect right now. And I'm still pretty on fire. I've given you guys stocks like BLI. All right, let's pull it up because I'm going to give you guys a couple stocks. And I make videos about these stocks because I tell you there's demand. So at Berkeley, I'm telling you there's demand at $21.50 yesterday. Because here it is. This stock got shorted all the way from $50 at $29. We wrote it down to $20. Remember, this is the one we shorted. So we wrote it down to $20. Then it bounced all the way up to $27. And I said, somebody's buying it with Kathy from ARK. And then you got sell-offs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My count's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 straight days. 2 days ago, I said, there's demand for this stock. Anytime there's any demand, it's going to bounce pretty hard. So I'm telling you, this one is not done. BLI. And if you want to hear about my other stocks that I pick, that you're not talking about that I pick, you need to go on my YouTube. You need to watch the videos. All right. If you like that, smash that like button, subscribe. Here's the reason why. Kathy was buying in here all the way from $24 up to $27. So yes, I see that easily going from $24 to $27. God, was that chart on, Boris? I'm looking at it. Was it on? You just took it off? Why don't you come on the screen with me, Boris, man? I'm not. Why don't you tell me? Was it on?
I didn't do anything.
I'm just asking you if it was on.
It was on when I put it on.
All right. You know what? It's all right, man. All right. Can you give me another question, please, man? I will control the charts. SPY red or green tomorrow, Jen. We can look at it. I mean, it's Friday. We know what happens on Friday. So let's see if the SPY comes up here. Here we go. All right. So we'll bring up the SPY. We got the 1 day. You saw how strong it was today. And there was inflow. Even at the end of the day where they usually sell off, there was inflow. So based on the 1 day chart, I would tell you green. But I'm not done yet. So let's look at the 1 month chart. Based on the 1 month chart, see, here's the problem. Ever since 10-6, volume's light. Do you see how small the arrows are? Here you go. Today was even smaller than yesterday. The last time there was heavy volume, we ran to 434, 435. Even the next day, where it pushed up, they were selling 439. Okay, and now we're what? They were selling 439, and now we are what? 442. So I can tell you that the SPY chart looks bullish tomorrow. It looks green tomorrow. However, what I will be doing with my open option positions is if futures are green and we get the same play that we did today and the market spikes at open, I'm going to sell all my stuff tomorrow on open, secure profit, the same way I did today. Now, yesterday I didn't do that, and my account went down 5,000, and it ended up 4,000 on the day, my smaller account. So I had a huge swing, like a 40% swing. But it sucks because if I had sold it open and bought the dip, I would have made about 9 to 12,000 yesterday. And today, instead of making 5, I would have made like 8. So I got to be smarter on that. Again, I plan to sell on open tomorrow. Hopefully futures are green. And then I'm going to look for the morning dip. And if the morning dip gets extended, then I might not be purchasing until 3 or 3:30 p.m. And I might play with some Bitcoin stocks tomorrow, depending on what I think Bitcoin will do over the weekend. All right, let's get another question up there, please. All right, PAGs, I do not know, Joe John, but I will pull it up. So let me get the chart up here. Boom. Oh, let me get the larger one, sorry. And PAGs. So let's go PAGS. Digital. Okay, never heard of this one. Let's go down. So PAGS is the stock. We'll do what I like to do real quick. Just get an overview here. All right, the stock's been thrown up on. So this gentleman has an interest because he's seen all this selling, and he's basically saying to himself, hey, is this part of a bounce like we spoke about? So we'll look at the 3-month. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Remember the charts that I just showed you, and there was always more than one bounce. The stock fell off, whatever stock I was showing you, like BLI, it went down like this, bounced up, and then it consolidated. So, yes, this could be a decent stock, PAGS, but I think it's going to hover where it is for the next week. In fact, it might go a little lower because as the charts that I showed you on BLI, after it bounced from here like you see on this chart, it actually went lower than this point. So if I were going to enter this stock, my entry would probably be somewhere in the $30.60 range. And again, I know it's at $34 right now. My entry wouldn't be down until it was lower than this point right here because there was some selling here. There was some selling here. There are still some people holding bags. So yeah, I'd be wary of this one. I'm definitely not bullish on this one until I see another sell-off. Again, because I'm just looking at the bigger picture, and you'll see here it is, the 3-month. Okay, you can see how it's there. Let's just make sure everybody's looking with me. Okay, thank goodness you all are. So you see back, and then it's here. Now let me just bring up BLI again to show you exactly what it looks like when someone shorts a stock and it sells off. And then here we go, the 3-month. Let's pull it up so you all can see. Okay, so you see the same thing? Fell off, then it recovered. Just like the stock you just mentioned to me, PAGS. Look, it recovered. And then what happened? It sold off for 12 straight days, and you got a much higher price. So on PAGS, PAGS, I would be looking for $30.60 if I were going to enter that stock. I know it's at 34 and change. I wouldn't play around with it right now. All right, let's get another question up there, Boris. Oh, people, hit that like button. Hit that. I know we haven't done live stream in a while. Hopefully you guys appreciate. You guys were asking me for this. Hopefully I can show you and answer all your questions. Please hit the like, subscribe if you haven't, share it with friends, share it with other people. All the videos I drop have good content because I overview it and Carlos reviews it and we agree. This shit is real. It's great. It's off the chain. Excuse my language. All right. So how do I feel about dog? Do you mean D-Dog and DDD? I don't know if there's an actual stock called Dog, but I know there's D-Dog. So let's look up Dog. Let's see if Dog is a stock. Oh, ProShare Short. I don't think you mean ProShare Short. I don't think you're asking me about an ETF. I think you're probably asking about D-Dog because it's in line with DDD. So let's look at DDD first. DDD. And DDD is a 3D printing company. And, I mean, they do incredible work. They've got some machinery that's crazy. But we don't care because we have no emotional ties to these companies, right? We just want to make money. So let's look at here we go. Here's the 3-month chart. You're looking at the 3-month. You say, okay, it was as high as $34. Now, I remember this because the weeks before when it was at $25 to $27, I said it was going to $35, and I was a week too early, and it moved like a week later. So, yes, huge inflow, institutional buying, no 43 million shares where the average volume is like 10 million, and they might do about 3 million. So understand they were doing 10 times the amount. Somebody locked in with like 20 million shares. Institution, holding company. Yes, so I like the support. They will probably be buying anything above or up to 28.35. So where are we now? 28.35. Yeah, so this stock definitely has some run in it. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go up 4% either tomorrow or Monday. It just happens that people talk about a stock. I'll look it up, and it just completely makes sense that this stock should be a little higher, should be a whole dollar higher. So yeah, for a quick trade or a quick flip, sure. Now let's look at the 1 month, and we'll look at recent volume, because we know volume's been light. I mean, volume is just so light. So when we used to trade this stock, it used to just react on its own. The market was up and it fell 5%. The market was down and it was up 7%. Meaning volume is so light. So really, you need to know who's buying it. You have to get into the mind of the buyer. So when Kathy was interested, great volume. Then it was doing 5 and 10 million. Now it's doing 1 million volume. I don't like stocks like that because they're too volatile for me. But yes, based on the chart alone and the 5-day, you could probably get at least $1. It probably is going to spike up over Friday or Monday. And I'm assuming the other stock you meant was D-Dog. You just left out a D. And because I've been talking about D-Dog, and we were talking about this stock at what, 112, and now it's all the way up to 159, and it's sold off today. So let's look. All right, today was an outflow day. Why was today an outflow day? Because you guys see it. The peak is right here. It needs to consolidate back to about 148. It jumped up from 140 to 156, so it jumped up 10% in 2 trading days, and the stock's been on fire. Understand, the stock's been on fire since $110 or $108, right? Bounced up here. We went to 132. It pulled back to like 120 those days, and then it's been on fire ever since. But yeah, this gap, the gap you see here from 150 to 140 is too big. So yeah, I expect it to pull back probably in line right here. So that would be about 149, I guess, for the 5-day. Yeah, so I mean, it puts anywhere at the peak right here, because you wouldn't have called the top perfectly. If you did, congratulations. But puts right here at 157 kind of makes sense. But the market can easily turn around and it can spike back to 157. So with this stock, with D-Dog, here's what I say. Risk and reward on this is equal. So I choose to stay away. D-Dog can easily pop another 7 points higher and drop another 7 points. So I would be careful. And yes, Jizzy, I saw your comment. You might get puts on PAGs. If I had to choose puts or calls, yes, I'd be choosing puts on PAGs. I would get the 10% to the downside. And again, you're hoping the market throws up. I'm hoping the market opens green tomorrow so I can sell all my stuff. Then it can do it once, because we don't have any emotional ties. We trade with math. I made a trade today. I was in QS. I bought it 36 cents. And I said, at 45 cents, I'm out. I'm going to make $900. 27 minutes later, my phone buzzed. I sent a screenshot of it. I said, made $900. I did the same thing with Riot. I bought it for like $2,000. It was trading right at $26 or like 2 cents under. It spiked to $26.30. I made another $900 and I'm out. So when I tell you people, number one, cash account. You buy, you sell as many times as you want. Unless you have over 25,000, then it doesn't matter. But if you have a small account, you want to buy it 30 and sell it 39. If you bought Edit today, I made a lot of money today. I'm going to show you guys something. Because if you got stuck in a margin account and you could not day trade this, then you might have lost money on this one. I made money. But here it is. Here's the 1-day chart. So I wasn't sure if you guys were looking with me. Here's the 1-day chart. So I bought in. I saw the dip here. I bought in right here. So I'm making money, yes. But I sold right about here. It looked like it was approaching $40. And I'm like, let me get out. I didn't know they were going to sell off, but I repurchased right here. So you can trade a stock as many times as you want. Now, here's the point. If you have no cash account, you could day trade it, and you got in like here, let's say, on one of these dips, you got in here, 38.70. It's currently, where is it? 38.95. You're only making probably like 5% profit. So that's why you need a cash account. Cash account, you're in, you're out, right? Secure profit. I made $5,000 on that trade alone, and then I got back in. I was down like 300, and then I'm plus 800 at the end of the day. All right, so let's get another question. NVDA tomorrow. Okay, I'll give you my thoughts on tomorrow, but remember, we look at the bigger picture. If you're going to play options for tomorrow and like it's only one day, if I'm wrong or you're wrong, that's it for that trade. If you're putting $1,000 and you're wrong tomorrow and you expire tomorrow, it's going to be a tough one. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, get it on here. Let's look at NVIDIA. You probably want to remove that question. NVDA, NVIDIA, here we go. And we'll look at the 1-month chart. And let's just see where we're at. Let's make sure it's on the screen. There it is. Perfect. Okay, so we're at the 1-month chart. Let me just pull it up a little more. So you saw it sold off to under $200. I remember that because we were talking about, hey, is this a good one now? It's a good one. From 200, 2 straight days. Here we go. decent volume, which is 28 million, 29 million, and it spiked up to 207. Then they were selling, and it still went up all the way to 210. And look at these days. The 10th, the 11th, extremely light volume. The 12th, finally a little. You got volume today to push it up to 217. So the thing on NVIDIA is if tomorrow's green, then where are we going? If tomorrow's green on NVIDIA, you're going to ride it up to 222. However, look at the chart right now. If this goes to where my arrow is, 222 tomorrow, this angle is going to go straight up, almost like this, okay? So it has happened before, so you can tell yourself it's going to happen again. But if you look at the volume from these days, see these 3 days? Look at the volume, 76 million, 66 million, 57 million. That's why a stock should go up on that type of angle, okay? When you look at these days, look at this, 18 and 23 million. Volume is so light. So again, although NVIDIA's chart looks bullish, I beg you, I implore you guys to be extremely careful. If you see light volume, like I'm showing you on a few of these stocks, light volume, okay? Know that on a light volume day, your stock can go from being up 4% to down 4%. On a heavy volume day, it's not like they can move if your stock's up 4% on heavy volume, it's staying up 4%. There's interest. There's like much more volume. On light days, anything could happen. All right, let's get another question up there, Boris, please. Everybody, if you are enjoying this and we haven't done a live stream in a while, please hit the like. Please share it on Twitter. Be like, dude went on a live today. It's great. Please subscribe to his channel. He's a good guy. He means well. Because understand, I do YouTube for free. And the reason I change my videos is because YouTube, I want YouTube to show me to more people. YouTube has a specific algorithm. So I need to drop videos that YouTube people like. So I need to deliver content because I want to get it out there to you guys. So I'm not giving you guys like this and saying anything bad about it. I want to be there for you. I just have to deliver it a certain way. And I hope you understand that. All right. Crazy inflow in the UVXY today. No, it doesn't mean it's going to pop. It means somebody was safeguarding themselves. I mean, we've seen inflow before, and it's gone down. So, yeah, I mean, it went off 8% today. So, yeah, maybe people were buying right here. I mean, this is what the UVXY does. It only goes down here. Let me show you guys. Anybody that doesn't know, here's what this ETF looks like. And I hope you people are like, wow, what the hell? Who would buy that? Is that even right? Yes. This ETF goes down. As the stock market gets higher, and remember, we hit all-time highs every year, this ETF gets lower and lower and lower, and then it reverse splits, okay, like it did. So here you go. Here's a one-year chart of it. If you did a reverse split, you could have got in at $171, shorted it all the way down to 18. So people are like, oh, it's going to spike. It's going to spike to 1 million. Yes, if there's World War III, it will spike to 1 million. All right, here you go. Here's inflow, here's inflow, here's inflow, here's inflow. Finally spiked up here at 27. What did I tell you guys? On the spikes, we have puts because it goes down. 4 straight outflow days. Then inflow, inflow, inflow. But everybody's talking about the market collapsing. What do I say? It's going down. It's going to $19. Oh, there it is, $19. What to do? Go to $18. Who's saying there's inflow today? See this down here? Outflow, 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 light volume. It's not like this volume, 57 million. Or this 63 million. Today's volume was half of that, 31 million. That's what today's volume was. You look at this chart. You think it's about to pop? I mean, I'm trying to teach you people to have some more common sense. You look at the chart, 5-year chart, 1-year chart, 3-month chart, whatever it is. We know that ETF goes down, right? I look like a genius. I'm undefeated against that ETF. Why do you guys want to fight the current? It's crazy. You're like, and people on message boards are like, man, this is going to pop any day. I'm going to make a boatload of money. Now, what they're not telling you is they're dropping $5 grand, $5 grand, $5 grand, $5 grand, $5 grand. Finally, they have one day where it spikes up 14%, and they make 5, 10 grand back. That's it. They're still down like 15, and they're there every day saying, oh, baby, this is bubbling. It's volcanic. You know what a volcano is? CCXI, when I secured profit this morning. That is a volcano. When I give you guys stocks, CCJ, right? $20. What's it at? $25 today. That's a 25% return in like 8 trading days. That's a stock you want to be in. Oh, my God. UVXY just goes down unless the market falls off on its face. Next question, please. What's up, Shane? Shane asked me a question today about what was the stock? Oh, MMAT, right. Why the $4 calls instead of the $5 calls? And what if it dips next week? All right, so let's remove that question. Let me get Matt on here. I told Shane to ask me that question. It's a great question for YouTube. Dude, Matt, you never buy. Why the $4 calls? It's already $5. And I'll tell you why. Let me just make sure you guys see what I'm saying. Up there it is. Perfect. Excellent. So let me go back here and show you the chart first. All right, so the chart. So I see heavy demand right here. Push it up to $5.18. Okay, so at $5.18, I know I'm good. Look where we're at. $5.17. So I know there's demand at $5.18. Then what happened? Huge volume, 38 million, 36 million. Pushed it all the way up north of $6. So that's where we're going soon. That's what I'm telling you right here. It's consolidating. Just like I show you the other charts, they're consolidating before they finally spike higher. That's all this is doing. I tell people, don't worry about timing on this. You're going to hold on to it. We're buying November because you have 4 weeks. And what are we looking for in November? Boom, we're looking for a spike to $7. Now, let me get here and tell them why I bought the options I did. The $4 calls, which are in the money, do not decline. Say the stock went down from $5.30 to $5.17 today, which it did, okay? $5.30, $5.17. My $4 strike options, they stay the same. I think I'm actually even. Let me see on my phone right here. Hold on. Let me pull this bad boy up. Here we go. Here's my chart. MMAT, $4 calls. I'm down $13. They're at $1.38. I paid $1.38. I tweeted and posted. I paid $1.38. So we're exactly even. If we were in the $5 calls and I made the announcement at like the stock was $5.20 and now it's what, $5.15 after hours, something like that. The calls would be down, instead of being even, all be down like 11, 12% right now, maybe even 15%. So the point is, safeguard us. This was a longer term play that I want to return at least 100%. Now understand, my $4 calls, if it goes to $7, they're going to be worth $3. And I paid, what did I pay for them? $1.38. So at $3, I'd be making, let's see, about 123%. All right, so let's get another question up there if we can, Boris. All right, Apple and Roku. Okay, so we'll go to Apple first. Let me just get a chart up here. All right, so let's go to Apple. Now, Apple is one of the industry leaders. So when I say if people are going to invest long-term in tech, they're going to buy Apple, Netflix, Google. I've mentioned that before. Okay, so let's look at the 3-month chart. Let's understand that Apple had pretty good support at 145. Remember? 145, and it pushed 154, and I said Apple would probably hit 140 before it hit 170. And what did it do? It hit 150, then it hit 140 here someplace, right? And it went down. So at 140, people are saying it's a buy. Now, volume is still light, so look at this, people. The largest volume days are outflow, 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 inflow, outflow, and then there's no volume here. I'd be extremely cautious with Apple. So now I've mentioned that, you guys are making me wary here. I'd be extremely cautious with Apple. If Apple has another good day, it could run 2 or 3 days in a row. If it runs 3 days, look, one from 141 to 143, it ran $2. So if you run here from 141, it's already at 143. It's already past that. So yeah, you know what? As I'm talking to you guys, as I'm talking to you right now, I'm getting more weary about NASDAQ stocks tomorrow. I would be extremely cautious with Apple. I'd be extremely cautious with a couple of them. The gentleman that mentioned PAGs earlier, that was interesting. I'd probably play the downside on that. But if I am going to be in some big name stocks, it's going to be stocks like, when I looked at Netflix before, again, I was like, that can go up to 540 or down to up to 640 or down to 620. So again, the fact that it's like flipping a coin, I would be careful with tech stocks. We all know that if the 10-year spikes, and let's see where the 10-year is right now. And this one I'll do on my phone because I'm not showing you. 10-year, here we go, 1537. Okay, so the 10-year went down to 151, which is good. If it went higher, we'd know that there was more inflationary fears, and I'd be careful about NASDAQ stocks. So at 151.6, I guess you're okay to still invest. But if you see it spike back to 155, I would be selling all my tech stocks and letting them go down and then repurchasing. All right, let's get another question up there. Okay, you want me to answer about Roku. So let me put this on there, and let's get a Roku on there. Now, Roku is like second to Netflix. It's like Pepsi and Coke. Again, I'd rather be in Coke than I would Pepsi, even though sometimes I like Pepsi more. So we're looking at the 3-month. Now, there was buying here. So at $300, it was interesting. At $300 all the way to $321, it was interesting. Now you're 3% higher. You're at $328. And volume for these days at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight days. Volume's extremely light. So we're going to look. Again, here's the bounce from 300. So they wanted to buy it at 300. From 300, they were happy to take it all the way to 321. I think fair value is probably 314. So again, here's another stock. If I'm going to tell you right now, and I don't like this. I like to be bullish, but I'll tell you right now, if tomorrow looks to be a bad day in the market, I might exit out of my positions and I might short Roku. I mean, you guys have mentioned like 5 or 6 stocks that we've looked at the chart. And I'm like, volume's so light. Be careful. So again, the UVXY doesn't show it that there's instability, but these charts are making me nervous. This light volume is just, yeah. So, okay, Matt, with the chart on the screen is so much easier. Yes, I don't know why I didn't do that from the beginning. I mean, I'm not the brains of this operation. Carlos is and Boris are, and they never suggested it to me. All right, another question there, Boris. All right, Matt, thoughts on CHPT, so Checkpoint and VLTA. So 2 stocks that I know Larry Jones, the stock up with Larry Jones, he mentions these. He makes some very valid points. I haven't looked at them because they're not on my watch list. So let me see what I got here for you guys. Let's do Volta first. VLTA. Oh, VLTA. I can't spell. VLTA. Yeah, there we go. Which isn't a surprise that I can't spell because people that are good with math sometimes have. Okay, so the 1-day chart looks pretty strong. It looks similar to my edit chart, right? Dip, high, dip, higher, then end of day dip. Makes sense. Go to the 5-day chart. Now, the 5-day chart tells you something else. It either tells you you're calling the bottom perfectly, and we'll have to look at the 1-month chart for that. Or it could go down lower. All right, so here's the 1-month chart. Here you go. Here's what we saw. Same as 3 other stocks I showed you. BLI, PAGS, right? It falls, and it falls hard. Boom. 865. And then people come on and say, 865 is a steal. And you guys start buying, and it bounces to 940. And it's a quick scalp, and then the sell-off continues. The good news is light volume, light volume. So as I would expect volume to be light like this. So we'll look at the 5-day, and we see a bit of a turnaround. So again, if the markets stay where they are right now, like today was strong, if tomorrow doesn't sell off, this stock is fine. This stock will bounce back to 740. And if I was going to say it was going to bounce, I'd probably have it bounce right here to 762. I would be in this, dude, and I would be in and out. Remember, we don't hold on to trades for all that long. If we get in at 724 and we get a cheap price and we get out at 762 and it's a 1-day trade, I don't know, we can make like 13%. Yes, the stock only moved like 20 cents. We can make like 30. I mean, it's crazy. So if you don't understand options, watch my option video. I make a step-by-step video. All right, so this was this one. Let's look at the 1 month. We already did that. Let's look at the 3 month. Obviously a SPAC because it's right here at $10. It spiked. I would stay away until the bleeding stops. See all these red days here? They've got to stop. You need to see at least 1, 2, 3, 4. I would need to say 4 days of inflow, and you could still buy it under 780. And I get that it's 724 right now, but I would rather buy it at $7.80 rather than see it go down to like $6 and have to buy it at $6. If it goes down to $6, I would buy it at $6. But if it goes down and it goes to 780, at least I'm safer in that one. And the other one was ChargePoint, right? So what is that? CHPT. I'm going to make sure it's still on the screen. I'm not just talking to myself. Hey, there it is. Look at that. So people also say anything under like $20 was good for ChargePoint, blah, 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 blah. But here's what you're looking at, the 1 month. Sell-off. Here we go. It was, wasn't ChargePoint the one that went to $30? Like it got upgraded or something like that? I think it went maybe, I don't know. I thought it went higher one day, and then they just sold it off. Maybe it was this day. They had good news, and then they started selling it off. So let's go to the 1 month. Sold off here. 28th is at $21. Went all the way down to $18. 2 inflow days. Light volume, but still decent volume. 7 million. 5 million's no volume. 5 million, no volume. 6 million, no volume. And then the last 2 days, 6 million, no volume. So this one, the same as the other. Risk versus reward. If it were to pop, it's only going up to $20.41. And the next pop after that will be about $21.40. So you can get 50 cents. And then if you're right, you can get $1.50. But the downside on this is if the markets are bad, and we spoke about 4-letter stocks, maybe seeing a decline tomorrow, you could lose a full dollar. This could go back to $19. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. It could literally go back right here, $19.10. So I would be, again, as I told you about the other 4-letter stocks, I mean, maybe there's a reason. I always believe there's karma. Maybe there's a reason I chose today to do a live stream. And you guys are asking about stocks that you're on the wall or something like that. Maybe that's what the problem is. And I came on here and said, hey, warned you here, and you take profit tomorrow morning, and then maybe the market falls on itself tomorrow, and you're like, thank goodness I watched Matt's YouTube live stream. I see a question here. I'm getting the next one for Clove. So let me pull up Clove here, and then I'll pop it on the screen here. CLOV, Clover Health. All right, let's make it on the screen. Boom, there it is. Clover Health, over $8. Look at you guys. Because wasn't Clover like in the 650 range or something like that? Okay, so Clover Health. Big outflow going back to about $8.22, okay? So anything under that, I guess I would be buying on the chart up until then. I would have sold on the spike, as I always tell you guys to do. In fact, I remember that day. I said, happy birthday. Anybody that's in Clover, it's over $10. Sell your positions, buy it back cheaper. So that's right there. So then you got outflow. Look at the little outflows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 14 out of 15 outflow days. So it kind of capitulated. It got to the bottom. Now you're looking for inflow. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 inflow days. Not crazy volume. I would love to see volume that was somewhere on the line of here. 50 million, okay? You're seeing 18 million, 17 million, 30 million. So for Clover, I need to see 50 million. 50 million, you're going to get that bounce to like $9.50, all right? So if you see volume picking up on Clover any day and you tell yourself, wow, volume's off the chain, it's up 3%, you could say, I remember when Matt spoke about that one. This one could go much higher, just a one-day spurt. We're in, we're out, we take profit. All right, I see a question, AGC from Chris. Okay, so I'm going to do AGC from Chris because I see Chris and I know Chris, ACG. Hopefully I said that right. I probably didn't. No, it's probably AGC, right? Yeah. AGC. Here we go. Altimeter Growth. Oh, it sounds like a company that makes money. No, I'm kidding. It looks like a meme stock, to be honest with you, just off the one-day chart. All of a sudden, there's volume. So I'm going to guess on this stock that the market cap's probably under 400 million. And I'm going to look it up on my phone for you guys right here. So let's pull this up real quick. Let's go here. What's the stock again? AGC. So let's see what it is. Come on. AGC. Altimeter. Yeah, volume spiked today. 12 million. Market cap of 658 million. They have no earnings. They have no market cap, and they're only 62 million shares. So don't surprise me. Let's look at the 3-month. Okay, here it is. Nothing. Volume of 200,000. You know what? You're going to get manipulated. You want to play in this stock? Yes, maybe it gets higher. I don't see how. It looks like manipulation, unless they came out with news that they just solved something, which I don't know. If you know the stock and they solved something, let's go back to a year. I mean, they had volume here. And what happened the last time they had volume went to $15? Well, ever since it went to $15, Matt, it went down. So it's a little spike here. I wouldn't play around in this. I don't know why anybody – I know you guys like some of these stocks. I'm not sure how you know them. But I would be super cautious on stocks like that go from 200,000 in volume to like, what, 12 million today? Who's to say that tomorrow doesn't go to 200,000 and for the rest of the 2 weeks? And that's terrible, man. All right, man. So you know what? We had a great session today. I appreciate everybody for watching. Hit that like button. If you didn't get your question answered, reach out to me in the comment section. Ask me your question. I will try and get to it, and maybe we'll do a live stream next week. Hopefully, thank you all so much again. Thanks, Boris, for your help. See you, Carlos. Bye, everybody.